Good morning. We are going to continue the previous lecture which was on kinds of right. We have seen some of the rights, legal rights. Now we are going to see further. Okay. Now the next is what? Legal right and equitable right. Before 1873 in England, they were making like a difference between a legal right and equitable right. A legal right is that which flows from common law, which flows from law. Okay, that was called as a legal right. While the right which was recognized by the court of chancery, or you can say equity, justice, the concept of conscience, that was called as a equitable right. Previously, just common law was prevailing in England. Therefore, the rights which were recognized by common law were considered to be a legal right, and only for that specific remedies were given. But slowly afterwards, what they did, they established the court of chancery, which told that yes, if justification is not there, though it is not mentioned in the common law, if it is wrong in under equity, if it is wrong based upon conscience, then we have to recognize that right. And the concept of ubi jus ibi remedium came. Okay. After Judicature Act 1873, they have put an end to the distinction. Now, like illegal right, equitable right, there is no distinction in England also. And in India, there was no separation. Whenever the judge is deciding a matter, he has to decide according to law. And when he sees that provisions are not there, then he has to apply his conscience. He has to apply equity, justice and good conscience, isn't it? Therefore, the right which flows from equity is called as an equitable right. A right which flows from law is called as a legal right. We both enter into a contract. It is a legal contract, a registered contract. Whatever legal formalities are there, if they are being fulfilled, then the rights which flow from such a legal contract is called as legal rights. Okay. Now, if something is wrong, the legal requirements are not being fulfilled and all, but I have paid the money to you. There was an offer, there was an acceptance, everything was there, but the legal formalities were not fulfilled. I have paid you the money, then I have to get back the money. But the contract is illegal, the contract is unlawful because it is not registered as required by law. Therefore, right to recover the money from you, I get it from equity, justice, equity and good conscience. That is called as a equitable right. Okay. Now, we have seen legal and equitable right. Another is what? Primary and secondary right. It is also called as antecedent and remedial rights. Primary rights are antecedent, or you can say they are enjoyment rights, while secondary rights, or you can say remedial rights, those are the, you can say, the rights which are given by the machinery established by the state. Means if you are injured, you have to go to the court. The court is going to provide you the remedies. That is called as remedial right. Secondary rights and remedial rights, sanctioning rights, they are the part of the machinery provided by the state for redress of injury done to primary rights. Means whenever injuries are done to the primary rights, you can go for remedial rights. We both enter into a contract. We are having a right to enter into a contract. That is called as a primary right. But we enter into a contract, and if you make a breach, then I'll go to the court for getting the remedies which are mentioned in the contract law. Those remedies, like for compensation and declaration and injunction and all, those remedies are called as, right to get that remedy is called as remedial rights. Okay. Now the next is public rights and private rights. Public rights are the rights which are possessed by all the members of the public. Now, if it is a public right, then it corresponds with a public wrong. Means whatever has happened, that is a public wrong. Therefore, who will go to the court then? For the public, the state goes to the court. Therefore, on one side, the party is a state, and for the opposite side, the accused person is there, or one particular person will be there. That is called as a public right. Public right is possessed by every member of the public. When one of the person connected with the right is the state and the other is a private person, all public wrongs are, you can say all public wrongs are not crimes. Okay, but whatever the crimes are there, what is crime then? That is a wrong against the public, the whole society. Therefore, state files a case. But if some wrongs are there which are affecting to the particular person, then those are civil wrongs. It may be a tort, it may be a breach of contract. Then the person himself has to go, the aggrieved person has to go to the court. That is because it is a violation of a private right. So private rights are connected with private wrongs. You can say civil wrongs or civil rights are violated. Therefore he himself has to go to the court. While public rights are connected with public wrongs, that is a wrong against the whole public. Therefore the state files the case. Okay, this is public right and private right. Next is vested right and contingent right. Vested rights means when all the legal requirements, everything has been completed and the right is with the person, he gets the right, that is called as vested right. While contingent right is that which a person gets depending upon fulfillment of certain condition, that is contingent right. I will sell you my house if you get first class in the exams. So this is a contingent right. I will sell you the house only when you pass the exam or only when you appear for the exam. These are the conditions which I have put. So you will get my house only when the condition has been fulfilled. That is called as a contingent right. But I am ready and willing to sell my house to you now, immediately. You will get it. We enter into a contract and all. The ownership goes to you. That is called as a vested right. A vested right is a right all events necessary to vest it completely in the owner have happened. It is not contingent. And something is incomplete, something depends upon condition, that is called as a contingent right. Contingent right will become vested right only after fulfillment of the condition. Okay. Now the next is servient rights and dominant rights. Dominant rights are the rights of the dominant owner. If you are the owner of the land, then you are the dominant owner. You are having full ownership of that land. There is no encumbrance, there is no hurdle upon your right. So that land is called as dominant heritage and you are called as a dominant owner and you are having dominant rights. But if somebody else land is there nearby your house and you being a dominant owner, you are having a right to weigh on his land, then that person is called as a servient owner. That land is called as servient heritage and this right is called as a servient right. That is, it is a right which is imposed on other person. I am going to impose right on other person. I am having right of way on your land. So I am the dominant owner, dominant right I have, and you are the servient owner and you have servient right. Okay. Now the next is municipal and international right. Municipal rights are those rights which are given to you by municipal law, your law of your country. Those are municipal rights. While international rights are the rights which are given to you by international law, like right of asylum and extradition and refugee. We are having so many rights now declared under international law. Those rights are called as international rights. And your own law, your own country gives you certain rights, that is called as municipal rights. Okay. Now we can make a difference like fundamental rights also and ordinary rights. Fundamental rights are rights which are declared as fundamental under the Constitution. That is fundamental right. Article 19, Article 20 of the Indian Constitution. So many. Part 3 of the Constitution. It deals with fundamental rights. Right to life, freedoms, isn't it? Freedom of religion and all. Those are our fundamental rights. The rights which are guaranteed by our Constitution, Indian Constitution. While other rights, the rights which are not mentioned in the Constitution, they are called as ordinary rights. Got it? Now the last is jus ad rem. This is called as right to a right. Salmond has explained this. Right to a right means a person of inherence will have a right to do certain things or to have some other right transferred to him. When we enter into an agreement to sell, what we do? In that agreement to sell, I promise to sell you my house. I promise to sell you my house. Yet I have not sold. I have given you just a promise. This agreement to sell is giving you the right to get the sale deed done. that is right to a right. Just add rem. Okay, now these are the kinds of rights. Hoffield has also explained rights, and he has explained about the correlations of rights with other things also, like right and duty are correlative. Every right will have a corresponding duty. Every duty will have a corresponding right. Sometimes they are not there, but generally you can say every right is having a corresponding duty. He speaks about liberty, he speaks about powers also. Means he speaks about right, liberty, duty. He says that what is liberty? Liberty means something you can do it. It means it is another name given to a right. Then he says about powers. Then what are powers? Power is also capacity to do something, to impose your desire on others. That is called as powers. Means in one sense you can call it as a right. Immunity. Immunity means what? You are immune. You can't be compelled. You are exempted. It means a kind of right only. So he connects right, liberty, power and immunity. But difference is there between right and liberty and all. In short, I will tell you, right is that which other persons ought to do in my behalf. What you have to do in my behalf, that is my right. Okay. Liberty is that which I may do without the interference of law. What is liberty? What is my liberty? I can do it. Law will not interfere in that. That is called as liberty. Power. Power is that which I can do effectively against other. When I am having powers over you, I can do it over you. You are under obligation to fulfill it. So that is called as power. Power is that which I can do effectively against others. And immunity. Then what is immunity? What you can't do against me. That is my immunity. Immunity is that which other persons cannot do effectively in respect of me. So he says that in a form you can say these are one and the same, but this is a difference. I'll repeat again. Right is that which other persons ought to do in my behalf. Liberty is that which I may do without the interference of law. Power is that which I can do effectively against others. And immunity is that which other persons cannot do effectively in respect of me. Okay. We have completed today the topic of right. Okay. Bye bye. See you in the next video.